What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So, Kel Mitchell's revelation on Shannon Sharp's podcast, where he talks about his ex-wife getting pregnant multiple times by other men while they were married, right? It got a lot of women asking the question: do men stay after they've been cheated on, right? And yes, there have been a lot of men who stayed after being cheated on. Seriously, sometimes it depends on the situation, right? If the man is with a woman and she's the breadwinner, he don't really got too much going on for himself. Yes, there are men who will stay. There are men who will stay and just, hey, we're gonna try to fix this because they don't got nowhere else to turn to. They ain't got nothing else to lean on. They ain't got nowhere else to go, right? There are some men who, when they get cheated on, they will stay due to the fact that, hey, they are young, they're in love, they haven't experienced nothing outside of this woman. They just want to stay with that woman because she's all he knows, and they want to just be there and rock out with her, right? There are other instances where the man is older. He's older, he probably done a whole lot of dirt himself, and he don't feel like starting over with a new woman. He don't feel like having to meet a whole new woman over again, and so they stay, right? Then you have some men who just love a woman, dirty draws, love her to heaven and moons in, and don't want nobody else to have her. And they feel like, hey, I can't leave this woman. I just want to be with her. They're head over heels, even if the woman ain't head over heels for him, and they just stay, right? There have been a lot of men who have stayed after being cheated on. Seriously, I know of a person who was cheated on, and his woman got pregnant by another man, and he stayed with that woman. Now the other man was, of course, raising. He was still in the picture because he was raising the child that he produced with that man's woman, but the other guy stayed around. Right now, in this situation, the guy had some drug problems. The guy who got cheated on and stayed around, he had drug problems. So sometimes that causes some men to stay or whatever. But there are some men who have done that. Right? It ain't gonna be me. I'm not staying through no shit like that. I just know I'm not cut for that. The moment, because I'm the type of person, the moment I get intimate with my woman, I'm gonna think about her being intimate with dude. Even if I ain't being intimate with her at the moment, it's gonna pop up in my head. Like when, what's my boy name? Lance Sullivan. When Lance was at the altar getting ready to marry Mia on The Best Man, he saw them flashbacks. Harper knocking her into heaven, knocking her down and knocking her back. I'm gonna get them flashbacks and I'm gonna want to slap her in the head. I'm gonna want to hit her with a brick. I can't. I don't advocate for domestic violence. I'm just joking, y'all. These are all jokes, but I got to go, right? And I've told y'all, man, there have been a lot of men over time who have stayed with women who have cheated on them, and you just don't know about it because they don't want to tell anybody. There are men who have there are men who've had relationships end and they left, but they couldn't have the courage to tell to tell other people why they left. So they allowed other people to think that he was the one who cheated because he don't want to be emasculated by anybody finding out his woman was cheating on him. Seriously, I've known men like that who have lied about them being the wrongdoers in order to save face because they feel like if they tell anybody their woman was cheating on them and they tell about how they found out and how long it was going on, they feel like they will be emasculated, so they keep these things hidden from other people. But there are some men who will stay. Hell, look at Ice-T. Ice-T still with Coco, even though I felt like at the time, you remember that whole scandal about her cheating? And dude, I remember he had like voicemails from her and it sounded like her. This is before the days of AI. It sounded just like her, and Ice-T still rocking with her. And I remember this guy, I was at Mississippi Valley State University, and we were talking about this whole situation on the radio, WVSD 91.7 FM. Shout out to Mississippi Valley State University. Shout out to Itabena, right? We were on the radio, and he was talking about how sometimes guys that's older, they've been with a woman a long time, they don't got time to be trying to start over, find out the tendencies of this woman and that woman. Ice-T was in his 50s, probably late 50s at the time Coco did this, right? Or in his 50s, and he like, yo, Ice-T probably wasn't trying to start all the way over, find him a new woman and learn her. He like, yo, I'm just gonna stay with this woman. I'm gonna pinch her from time to time just to remind her I know what the hell you did. but he stayed with her. And Ice-T is supposed to be the biggest pimp type player, right? Some people feel like, and some feel like, oh, he probably was doing Coco dirty or early in the relationship, so he stayed. But I also know men who do their woman dirty all the time that still are not accepting a woman stepping out on them because they feel like it is a blow to masculinity. Because some men feel like, yo, and I feel like this in a way. I feel like this. Once you go and sleep with another man, that man has conquered you. And because I feel like a lot of times, unless the woman just a natural born just 304. If she a natural born 304, if she a scandalous skeezer, then okay, she gonna do that. But a lot of women who aren't really like that, in order for them to get to that point, a man has to conquer her mind first. He has to seep into her brain to get her to even indulge in talking to him consistently, to even get her to want to have all these conversations, to even get her to the point of meeting up with him. He got to have conquered that woman in a lot of ways. And me as a man, the type of man I am, once I know another man has conquered you mentally, spiritually, physically, I can't be with you no more. Because I know the taint of that man is on you. And at that point, I know you saw something in somebody else that allowed him to undress you and do all of that to you, that, hey, you was like, I'm stepping away from me. You stepping away from me to go over there. You know what I mean? But there are men who have stayed with women once they've been cheated on. We've seen it in movies, in films, and people act like it don't happen, especially my black men. We wanna act like it never has happened. All of us just don't do that. But there are men who do, especially when they are in love, or what my daddy calls them brothers smitten or henpecked. There's nothing wrong with loving your woman and having admiration for her, etc. But like I said in my previous video about Kel, you stand up for yourself. You secure your dignity. You show pride. You don't let nobody trample on you and walk all over you and treat you any way they want to treat you. Because when a person knows that they can do you any type of way and you just gonna still take them back, they're gonna keep it going, and it's only gonna get worse. Especially because I was talking as a man to other men about women. And once a woman know she can do whatever, disrespect you in any type of way, and you still gonna be there, and you a breadwinner, you paying all the bills, oh, she ain't gonna mess that up. She gonna like, okay, I'll still be with you. You can still pay these bills and all of that, but I'm still gonna disrespect you and do what I want to do, come in the house as late as I want to, have all these different be out on dates with other men, and be places you don't know where I'm at, don't answer your calls when you're calling me, and I'm out 12 at night, midnight, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. They're gonna do what they want to do because they know you're not gonna check it, and you're not gonna draw the line. So they're gonna keep pushing the line further and further, man. But yeah, man, there are men who stay, and I've known situations where this happened because I've known the women who have cheated and the person stayed. Now some women say, oh, I only cheated back or whatever. And then still the man still stayed with them or whatever, right? But I'm just not the guy for that, and I can't. Once I know you've been conquered mentally, physically, oh, I got to go. He's planted his flag on you, and he is stuck on you like white on rice, like flies flock to a pile of shit, and then I got to go. Not gonna be able to do it, right? But it's a very interesting conversation. I think people don't talk about this more because, like I said, a lot of men keep stuff hidden. I've known men who've acted like they've been the wrongdoers in a relationship to save face because they don't want people to know that their woman cheated on them, because they feel like it will emasculate them and it will bring them down, or have people looking at them funny, or have people, losing respect for them, especially when it comes to other men, right? Because contrary to popular belief, a lot of men care about what other men think about them. And they feel like if other men know certain things or see that you have chinks in your armor, they will treat you different. They will treat you with less respect. They'll start snickering behind your back, having certain conversations about you. And a lot of men don't want that, so they just try to not take part in those and they try to not have these things revealed. They would rather their reputation be smeared about them being a cheater versus people knowing that their woman was a cheater. You know what I mean? And this is just all true, man. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.